right, we're going into the Rekieta. The Rekieta madness, Andy.
Woo! Who missed
After all,
Rekieta?
after all the sweeping, and all the coping, and all the seething by all the Jannies, it's come to this.
It's
He's
bad.
just full on admitted that he's like a coke fiend, a degen, that he wrote all these coke posts and tweets high out of his mind on cocaine and drunk off his ass. He's engaging with the A-logs and just letting them dunk on him. This is the Rekieta humiliation ritual arc. We start off with his locals, and they ask, are we ever getting our first 5K locals gift or not? And this guy, no, you specifically are not getting it. And here's Rekieta's response. Mind you, they've been waiting on the 5K locals gift for, I believe it's coming up on 1 full year next month.
Wow.
I think it was last November. It may have been even longer since the 5K mark was met and Rekieta promised them this tremendous locals gift.
Okay.
It's never happening. But here comes Rekieta saying, I got sidetracked by having my life ass fucked by the government. So new cope just dropped, everybody. The reason you're not getting the 5K locals gift isn't because Nick sniffed all the money for it up his nose in cocaine. It's the government's fault. As usual, everything is data government's fault. They're oppressing me. Like, what are we doing here? Why don't you just admit that you snorted all of the 5K gift money? And the thing is, his locals now, and we're going to talk about this. His locals is now the only source of income he has. There have been no updates to the locals in terms of videos or streams in like 2 or 3 months now. It's just been a total ghost town.
What's he been doing?
No content to be had. Well, I think what honestly happened, he's completely broke. He spent all the money.
Oh.
It's impossible to believe this because he was making so much money during the Johnny Depp trial, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, but he decided that he was going to live like this highfalutin life. I'm not like the other yokels in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm a king. And so he wasted tens of thousands of dollars on garbage art, tens of thousands of dollars, cocaine up his nose, the most expensive bottles of whiskey he could find that he would down in a single sitting as though it was cheap like Jack Daniel's swill. He would just sit there and down the whole fucking bottle, like $200, $300 bottles. But that's not even what really sunk him. Then he got in the lawsuit with Montegraph where he got felted and was paying the top priced lawyer in that field in America, in Randazza. What some people estimate was 6 figures or more now in legal fees, is still currently losing that case to Montegraph. Now has his own criminal charges that he's had to get a lawyer for. Kayla's criminal charges that he's had to get a lawyer for. April's, he now not only, because April's got him by the balls. So April's now squeezing him for not only a lawyer, but also her food, her clothes, everything she wants, she's going to get.
Yeah.
She's got Rekieta wrapped around her little finger and she's got him by the balls. So he's getting drained. She's got him by the baldo, folks. And he's being drained. So I think realistically what happened, he's flat fucking broke, flat on his ass. He's had to sell one of his 2 properties. Which, you know right well, if the property is right next door to you like that, like it's on the same land, you don't want to have to sell that and have neighbors right there.
No.
Especially when you're Mr. Freedom, Mr. Privacy, Mr. Rekieta. So he's in desperate financial straits. The only thing he can rely on at this point are payments from his trust fund, which is the oil money that his parents have.
Is that even like how much do you think the payments would be?
Well, they're probably quite lucrative for him, and they were enough at least. While he basically produced no income from being a lawyer, and going to school, they were enough for him to support his family of 5 kids for quite some time. before the YouTube checks started coming in, right?
Okay.
So I think what happened, and pretty much everybody's hypothesized the same, when Rekieta got omni-felted at the omnibus, and he was denied on every single motion, and now they denied him the ability to make any further pre-trial motions as well.
Okay.
So just omni-felted at the omnibus, we're now going straight to how do you plea at the next hearing. Rekieta's parents must have stepped in and said, son, we're not going to give you another fucking time.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to stream. You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking bum. You failed us. You said this was all going to go away at the omnibus. But instead, you're omni-felted at the omnibus. Your pussy is omni-felted. And so, therefore, they actually just pulled the fucking plug.
Yeah.
They took away Rekieta's fucking Wi-Fi. They took away his router. They sent him to his room. And now it seems about once a month, Rekieta is allowed internet privileges to spiral on Twitter and to spiral on whatever platform of choice. They allow him 1 day of internet usage, but no streaming. No internet for you, Rockets. This is like the level of cuckoldry that he's on.
Oh, man.
His parents now give him an allowance. He's like, there's no more money for Baldos. There's no more money for Coke. There's no more money for booze. It's suffering. It's suffering at the Baldo bunker.
Especially after his lifestyle, right? It was it was around that. Party, drugs, and sex, and being degenerate. And then it was all pulled, not it wasn't stopped, by the way, for him to sober up, and he had an awakening. What am I doing with my life? It was forced upon him.
It was
it was like the worst possible way of stopping your partying, right?
The internet lumberjack, Robert Rekieta, cut it down. I'm cutting it down, Rekieta. I'm cutting it down. No, Dad, no. Unfortunately, that's the state of Rekieta. But he's now come back for his monthly cope session, where about once a month he gets his 1 day of internet, and he's decided to let us all know on Twitter that he is actually a coke addict. After all the sweep and all the cope from Robert Barnes and Chrissy Mayer and Dirtworm Doug TeNapel and Ethan Van Sciver and no, it was the kids' cocaine. No, it was this, it was that. Finally, from his own blowhole, we hear the truth about the blow from Nicky Rackett.
It wasn't even hard to guess.
Well, no.
We knew from before the video. It's obvious, dude. But here we go. This is really funny.
This is his New Year's tweet.
Yeah.
The New Year's tweet is so cringe, buddy.
He goes, Happy New Year's, everyone.
Other Baldo washers to call out. Nina Infinity, remember?
Yeah. Oh,
that Star Wars girl.
Dirt-eating bish.
Melanie Mack, although now I guess she's against him
woken up. She's woken up.
Oh, yeah. But he goes, Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. 2024 promises to be a beautiful disaster. Well, he got that part right.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the fucking mark.
It was beautiful for us. It was a disaster for him. He says, don't make resolutions. Set goals. Pursue life. Be ridiculous. Find joy. Live. Laugh. Love.
This is wild. This is like the intro to Train Spotting.
Oh, man.
Right? And then he quote tweets his own tweet. Go ahead.
He's dunking on himself. He goes, Lamau, fuck this tweet and the dumbass who wrote it. So once again, it's a self-felt alert. It gets worse. This guy, Lord Botha of Memes a Lot. Congrats. Big ups to Lord Botha of Memes a Lot. Says the dude who made that status sounds like he was on cocaine. And Rekieta admits he was.
Whoa.
He chose Baldo. He chose the coke. And now he's decided before his criminal matter where he's charged with possession of cocaine to admit to doing cocaine. So the speculation now has become, well, obviously he's taking a plea deal, he's pled guilty, and that's why he's coming out to finally admit, yes, he was on cocaine. But earlier today, Legal Mindset, more like legal cocksucker, legal cocksucker. Okay? He came out and said that he has inside sources from within the Baldo bunker that are saying that Rekieta is going to fight this all the way. And that the inside source says Rekieta plans on pleading not guilty at the hearing after just admitting publicly on Twitter to
and he never deleted it, by the way. I checked today.
And he's doing it in multiple places. This isn't the only place that he's admitting to doing cocaine.
This is wild.
I don't know.
This rules. By the way.
Like the cope is, how Rekieta believes in his mind he can get away with this, is to say that the person who wrote that tweet wasn't Nick Rekieta. It was Aaron M. Holte who wrote that tweet. And so therefore this is not an admission that he snorted cocaine, but in fact it's Aaron who's going to take the fall for this. I honestly don't know like how the copes are going to hold up. Like so far, they haven't been working out in court at all. Rough Rider. Apparently he's not pleading guilty. Apparently he's going to do this and say that somebody else wrote the tweet, and therefore it's not evidence he did cocaine. But
do you think the other lawyer is like,
the other lawyer sees this shit?
He's like, Prince,
you can't be serious.
No way. This is so easy. Like, this is like the fucking tutorial for the lawyer.
This was yesterday. This was just yesterday. And
yeah, I saw it.
Okay, zoom in now.
We got Malcolm X.
So he says, be honest, Nick. How off chops were you when you hit send on the New Year's Eve post? He says, too fucked up to remember, but I should have done more coke. So he's actually responding to one of the top A-logs, if not the top A-log of Nick Rekieta in the sector.
Malcolm.
Real Malcolm X, the legend. And saying to him, I should have done more coke. So even the defense that he had earlier, which is that, Aaron sent that tweet, and so it was Aaron that was doing the coke, is now fallen. Because he's admitting that he's too fucked up to remember. Now, maybe
is he drunk?
Now, I don't know. Maybe his parents bought him some booze because he was a good boy for the month. But now this is his defense, I think, is to say he's too fucked up to remember sending the tweet. That doesn't necessarily mean that he was doing cocaine. Maybe it was Aaron that sent the tweet. Like, it's just insane. What level of cope are we on, buddy?
He's really bad. By the way, like us knowing that he did coke, right? And then like us being right about it is the equivalent of a child hiding behind a curtain and their feet are sticking out on hide and seek and us going,
where are they?
Yeah, where are they? Yeah, the sweepers. Or where are they? And we're like, there.
So the new claim is, get ready, Sean from Potentially Criminal made a fake account impersonating him to send these messages.
And then verified it. Okay. Here we go. Kay Marie goes, do your kids love life when they're dirty, smelly, hungry, and begging for food and attention at school and church? And he goes, they never were.
They never were. Except for when they were. And you never did coke.
Wait.
And then Rekieta just goes, I did a fucking mountain of cocaine.
You did. Is he going to...
So
wait,
is that also admitting that the children were abused or what?
That's his claim will be, I was being sarcastic. It's obviously a joke, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, Your Honor, it's obviously a
parody.
joke. What you're saying, outright. Because the other ones you can try and cope away
Yeah.
from a certain angle. But there it is, black and white, clear as crystal. He did a
He's
mountain
retarded,
of
right?
cocaine.
Is he
We
spe-
have to.
is
We
he
have
spe-
to
yeah,
ring
hit the
the
retard bell.
Ring the bell.
Is he special needs? Come on. What the fuck?
Oh, buddy. The Barnes strategy at this
Oh my
point is an
God.
insanity play.
Ralph,
So now here it comes.
stop. No.
Head Janny, Ethan, Oliver, Ralph. Head Janny goes, Rekieta isn't on anything. He couldn't be, even if he wanted to. Which I don't believe he does.
What?
I met with him in person and know this to be a fact. So in Ralph's mind, if he meets with a person one time for 20 minutes over lunch, it means that he has enough insight into that person to know whether they're clean or dirty at any given point.
Stop.
Even months down the line. When this could be a very, changing circumstances, addicts relapse all the time for sometimes no apparent reason. But Ethan and Ralph, guys, don't worry. Ralph is going to reassure us of somebody else's sobriety when he can't even assure us of his own sobriety.
Well, he's lost his breathalyzer. Have you seen that?
He lost the
He lost the breathalyzer while
He
he was
lost
drunk?
the breath.
While
What
he
a
was
coke.
drunk?
He lost it while he was drunk, but we're going to trust him. He's totally sober Ralph. Sober Ralph, folks.
Oh no! Wait, here we go. We got one of the
go.
top A-logs, Breaking Baldo News, BBN.
Baldo.
He goes, "Hey, Rekieta, why have you been caught correcting the narrative by your traitorous colleagues who describe you as gabbling woman?" What?
But they stayed sucking him off when he was on top. They didn't know he was a crackhead while he was on top. And then Rekieta goes, but what if they did know I was a crackhead? So Rekieta here admitting that he's a crackhead. And then also admitting that April knew he was a crackhead while she was sucking him off, which I guess is self-evident when you really think about it. But this is pretty wild shit to say.
Yeah.
He's the gabbler. Like, Rekieta's full-on Ralph tweeting.
Gabbling woman.
This spirals at another fucking level, buddy. Holy. Okay. And then this one. What happened to that Frank's motion you said you were going to win? And Rekieta goes, I never said I was going to win. I wish I had. But I never said I would. Is he saying he wished he had said he was going to win? Or he's saying he never said that he was going to win, that he wished he had won? I don't know, man. I guess he means that he wishes he won, but he never said he would win, which is a lie. They told us all along that this was an easy case. Robert Barnes told us it won't make it. There's going to be a Frank's motion. He didn't even get into the Frank's process.
I like how you use Ralph's voice.
Denied. Well, that's because that's what's going on. I never said I was going to win, gay logs. Losing was part of the plan. Oh, man.
So he did say he'd win. He was like, today's going to be a great day. I'm going to felt it. I'm going to win. The A-logs are going to be seething. And he came back in utter silence while KB Farms felt it.
Yeah, I guess Rekieta was drunk as fuck and forgot all the shit he said earlier, because then he claims to be getting healthy, and then this old grandma starts felting him. Why healthy? Alcohol and drugs do not affect you? It's that easy, addict? Clown emojis. And then Rekieta goes, who said anything about addiction? So I guess he's admitting to doing a mountain of cocaine, but he's saying he wasn't addicted. He just did a mountain of cocaine and was drunk and fucked up.
Right.
Right.
Come on. Why is he going on Twitter
It was a healthy amount of cocaine. It
Is
was
he
a healthy
retarded?
amount.
Like, get off the
Well,
internet,
no,
dude.
his parents let him on once a month, and then he
Yeah, to fucking just
crashes out.
ruin his case. Good, I'm glad. Uh-oh.
The government did this to me. Forgive me,
Look at
government.
this.
No. Oh man. Okay, now we're getting into. Oh wait, here it is. People are asking when is he streaming, and he says soon. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming hard, and I'm coming often. That is something Ralph would say.
Wait, is
isn't
that
it?
what he said? I
Yes.
swear, I was looking at chat for half a second,
Yes.
and I'm like, oh, he's making the
Like
Ralph
how-
voice
this is
joke.
like how Ralph would announce his comeback, you know? It starts here on Locals. Date to be announced. It's
Subject
never-
integrity?
The subject is integrity. We're gonna hear about integrity from Rekieta.
Come on.
Mr. My 9-year-old tested positive for cocaine. Integrity from that guy? Are you fucking kidding me?
Come on.
Mr. Baldo's lessons in integrity. His loadout? Honesty and freedom from restraints. The cast? Just fucking me, bish.
Cringe.
Just the Ralph male, bish.
This cringe is too much to deal with.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
It's like an edgy
and
fucking
I just
cast.
can't hide it.
Just me. I almost said the F slur. All right, let's continue. Who is this?
Now, this guy, he offered, this is the DUI guy, who offered to represent Rekieta in the beginning and thought Rekieta was innocent. He later on withdrew his offer to be Nick's lawyer. And Larry here says, the reason why is I removed myself from the situation because Nick kept making videos on YouTube talking about and thus hurting his case. Not a very reliable client to have. So I rescinded my offer to assist him. That's it. Retard alert! Retard alert! Oh man!
The DUI
Felt
guy's
alert.
like, there's no winning this. Like, you're making it
fucked up.
impossible, bro.
No.
What is
Oh
this?
no! So this
It's like
is one
a
of
fan?
this is one of Rekieta's top fans
Wait.
and most loyal janitors and donators.
Hang on. I'm gonna put on some sad music for this one, okay?
Let's get some sad music flying for this one.
Yeah, this one definitely needs.
This is Zave.
Okay, here we go.
There it is.
Okay.
Dead air. All right. Is this really the music we're gonna play to this? All right. Farewell for now. Nick, I hope everything will get resolved in the most favorable way. This is
No,
terrible.
I just picked whatever was the top. Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay.
Farewell for now, Nick. I hope everything will get resolved in the most favorable way. I was never overly interested in your personal life, so I wasn't affected much by what happened. I understand that people might be disappointed to discover some things that seem in contradiction with the way of life you promoted in your streams. If true, of course. But I would be very surprised if they are not, at least in part. He's still coping, you know? Like, he's like, surely part of it wasn't true,
Come
right,
on.
Mr. Rekieta? Say it ain't so, Mr. Rekieta.
By the way, this sad song is like perfect because it's like this like Victorian style, like, right? You know what I mean? In pots.
I never thought that you would give coke to your children. And I'm glad that one has been resolved.
It hasn't.
It hasn't at all.
Like at all.
Like, I don't know. All of that said, You haven't been producing content for 5 months. And good content for even longer. Oh! Oh! My local subscription is going to expire in a few days. And I won't be renewing it until you start streaming regularly again. See you soon, hopefully. What's crazy is, even with Rekieta admitting to snorting a mountain of cocaine, being on cocaine when he wrote the New Year's message, admitting to being drunk as fuck, even with video evidence with Rekieta with coke on his nose, either jerking himself off or getting sucked off under the desk, even after all the failures in court and all the failures of sweeping from Barnes and the others, this guy on Locals still believes Nick. He still believes that it's all bullshit.
And he'll resub. He said he'll resub at the end.
He said he'll resub eventually when Nick's making content again.
But
so it's just the most hopeless, helpless loser in the whole fucking world. But at least he had the good sense to be like, well, this guy's not making content anymore. I guess I will be not renewing my subscription.
But he's not going to return, is he?
No, because Rekieta's cooked.
And also, he makes no money. Like, he's in, like, the Dicker spiral where it's like, I'm going to still stream. It's like, yeah, but everyone hates you. There's no growth. There's no growth.
Well, it's not just there's no growth. There's no money, for one. For two, everybody that is there hates you and spits on you, and you're just embarrassing yourself. So, I mean, he can't even be counted on to fire it up and make a couple $100 anymore. Honestly, Rekieta's in kind of a worse position than Dickers is.
Whoa!
At least Dickers was getting some hate donos and shit last night. Rekieta, it's just totally, like, no one cares anymore. And the longer and longer he goes without streaming, and, you know, it's the worse it's going to get for him. And if all of this resolves, like, in a quiet kind of way, and there's no more big blow-ups or anything to bring him attention, and there's no triumphant victory over the haters and Josh and the Kino Casino, then it's quickly going to turn to just total indifference with Rekieta. There are so many other options for people to watch, and even before all of this crazy shit happened, Rekieta couldn't keep his schedule, couldn't put together a watchable product, had killed off a huge percentage of his fan base. This nuked even more of it, and even like these guys, like Zav, are finally throwing in the towel. So what's really left for him to come back to? Not a whole lot.
And you know, it's going to be boring as fuck. It's going to be unaloggable, really fucking boring and snooze fest. What we need now is like April to be on the show with him. You know, some sort of like some crazy, but that won't happen.
I mean, the body cam's going to come out. He's going to get totally embarrassed by that. It's going to put even more holes in his narrative. Anybody with a brain in their head is going to know he's full of shit and retarded. He can only just rely on the dumbest and lowest of his audience, which are probably not the ones that were making the money and sending it to him. He burned his entire anime audience. You know, he's burned his entire fucking trad dad audience. He's burned any sort of audience that was there for any sort of legal expertise. I mean, look at his own case. If he couldn't figure that one out, I mean, just saying, like, it's over.
Here we go. Our friend Sean.
The conspiracy theory against Sean.
Wow.
So Rekieta is now accusing Sean of using a fake Rekieta Law account to go into Aaron M. Holte's chat every day and make Nick look like a dumbass.
Why would fucking Sean do this?
There's no benefit to Sean to do this. What is Steel Toe gonna pay him $20 a day to do this? To give the toe a talking point? Like, Steel Toe's goal is what, $300 a day? So we're supposed to believe a professional lawyer who apparently is a working lawyer and also a YouTuber that's getting good super chat support and good viewership is going to for $20 or $30, a small percentage of a $300 purse a day, go into Aaron M. Holte's chat and make Rekieta look like a dumbass, when Rekieta's already doing a good enough job of that himself?
Yeah.
None of it makes any sense.
Hold on, what's this? Nick's accusing me of using a fake Rekieta log account to generate super chats for the toe.
The Rekieta account has a check mark.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, this is the craziest conspiracy ever.
This is retarded. By the way, isn't it funny how Rekieta is sending money to Aaron?
You know, desperation.
It's
That's
desperation.
a particular
Oh, Sean, just look underfelting this desperate.
Yeah.
Like,
percent. Frying your brain on cocaine, crack, and $high whiskey does that to you. So I don't know.
he throws a crack. That's awesome.
The
tell you.
$high whiskey.
High dollar. Well, let's just say Rekieta ain't drinking the $high whiskey anymore. Okay.
Not anymore.
It's the bottom
buddy.
shelf. It's like when you're at like a watering hole and you don't have any money. Like, you're all right.
All right. Whatever the house whiskey.
Yeah. You know it's bad when you're
for
ordering
your
the house whiskey.
The Canadian Club, bud. Here you go.
Canadian Club is awful.
In the plastic.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to shitpost, I do it myself. I don't fucking hide under things. So let him cope. Let him cope, chat.
Let him cope.
Let him cope. Let him cope. Oh man, Sean just dummying him, you know?
Fucking dismantling.
You are coping, coping and seething. You just
Oh yeah, so he's saying it. Sorry, the text there is blocking. Let me see if I can do this.
Yeah,
real
no,
quick.
this is what Rekieta has come up with.
Yeah, let me. Oh, I can't do that. That's annoying.
Which,
All right.
by the way, nothing that was put into fucking the chat there was more insane than what we just saw him admit to doing mountains of cocaine and being high during New Year's Eve. Like, that's his own posts on Twitter.
Yeah.
So why would anybody need to be paid to make him look stupid in chat?
Wait, to try and generate revenue for both of them? How would this help publicity?
Where is the money?
What do you mean?
Like, follow the money. Except there's none. Cause it's the Steel Toe Morning Show. There's no fucking money to be had.
Holy.
It was Eric July. Eric July was funding it all.
Do you believe this?
Follow the pennies. No one believes it.
Follow the pennies.
what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething.
Very funny.
What are you doing in my wife? You've bulldoed me own wife. All right.
Yo, one day for the post show, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Flight Simulator and rewatch the final Rekieta drunk stream. I gotta rewatch that one day.
All right, so here we have a compilation of all of Mr. Rekieta's most Christian moments.
Oh wow!
This has been going around. This was made by Third World Aristocrat
Wow.
of Josh's Kiwi Farms.
Hell
Check
yeah.
it out.
Roll the dice heavy on grace. My Christian perspective.
By the way,
He
sorry.
takes Christianity way more seriously than any of the random Twitter users.
Yeah, okay. May I say one thing though? Before it was proven that he was on coke, remember we were watching this clip years ago, a year and whatever ago. Hear this?
Yeah.
Roll the dice heavy on grace.
Do you remember? I paused and I went, "He's doing
That's
coke," and everyone's
You
like,
knew.
"Worski's crazy."
And I even said, I
You
didn't
were like,
believe
"Andy, that's a
either.
reach." You were like,
I'm
"That's
like,
a reach."
it's a reach. I
I'm
don't
like,
think he's on coke.
I'm like, I got the coke dar. I have coke dar.
Coke
You know what I mean?
dar.
My Christian perspective is a little different than some other
Coke dar.
people's. Jesus was a racist.
Whoa.
Okay.
Based. I'm kidding.
Whoa,
kidding.
buddy.
I'm kidding.
Whoa, buddy.
I'm kidding. I just said what chat would say.
Listen, I'm already a Christian, Rekieta. You don't have to sell me on it.
Make no mistake. Stop making Jesus more than he was. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
You know, and he tries to say he didn't proclaim that, but he just did.
You know? Yeah.
All this shit about Jesus not being sinful, of course he was sinful.
Whoa. Oh, wait. I'm gonna
Are
move
you seeing at the top?
Yeah. I'm going to move you to
Bring
make
it
it easier.
back. Bring it back
There.
to the beginning. Let's
Guy.
let this play.
I'm sorry, the tweets were blocked
All
by
this
the...
shit about Jesus not being Jesus more was a racist.
That's
Make no
rules.
mistake. Stop making Jesus more than he was. He's just a guy. All this shit about Jesus not being sinful, of course he was sinful. Of course he was sinful.
No, seriously though.
The whole
Wait,
point of their religion is that Jesus is the sinless Son of God. He was a perfect sacrifice that died for our sins. That's the idea, and that his shed blood removes the penalty of sin from man and leads to redemption. Rekieta just goes, of course he was a sinner. Right.
Not a joke. Stripper poles in church.
What?
We never
Stripper
saw-
poles in church.
We never saw that one.
Seriously though. Wait, not a joke. Stripper poles in church of salvation where God stops. He finally stops being a dick.
Whoa.
Why are you calling God a dick?
He looks rough there, dude.
Buddy, he's high out of his mind, or drunk, or both.
Or
Look at how glassy and shiny his eyes are, man.
Oh my god.
He's absolutely gone.
Do you miss these zoom ins of his eyes? I do. He looks terrible.
And ignore your
Okay. Remember by this point, we were like, guys, he's drunk. And all his sweepers were like, you guys are fucking
No,
poopy."
he's just tired.
Stop.
Yeah, he's sick. It was just infinite.
Well, yeah, he is sick in the mind.
pastor sort of garbage that comes out of pastors' mouth.
I am a Christian. Believe
Wait, by the way, the garbage that comes out of the pastor's mouth.
As opposed to the really brilliant stuff that comes out of Rekieta's mouth, like stripper poles should be in church. Jesus is apparently not the Son of God. Jesus is apparently a sinner according to him. Like, this is all just highly blasphemous and insane. But it's the preacher who told him to lay off the cocaine, lay off bringing his side piece mistress to church, lay off the booze and the blasphemy on live stream. It's that preacher who's in the wrong, and not the guy who wasn't feeding or clothing his kids and daughter tested positive for cocaine at 9. This is what we're meant to believe. This is the righteousness of Rekieta, the Christian who takes it so much seriously than all the Twitter shit posters out there.
By the way, I grabbed my coffee real quick. And I was like, what the fuck was that? It was the tail. This costume has a tail.
I'll be honest, even just quoting the things that he said made me feel blasphemous.
No, it's
I needed to repent. I'm like reading like what he's saying, and I feel a need to repent. But he thinks he's blameless and faultless and righteous.
Yeah, I'm a furry now. That's right, Liana. Thanks.
in Jesus Christ as Savior of me personally, all of that stuff. And I'm really banking on that whole salvation without questions thing.
Yeah, like, whoa! You know, Baptist bros, how do we answer? How do we answer Baptist bros on this whole faith only stuff? Baldo thinks he's just gonna get in without question. I think the Lord might have a few questions for you, buddy.
Questions?
And I don't think in the court of God you're going to make... You imagine Rekieta in the Lord's court trying to object, and God just reads his mind and felts him instantly?
Buddy, it's...
Like God just projects his own inner mind of the lies onto the screen and just shames him before he casts him to hell.
Buddy, it's going to be like a police interrogation room. At the gates of hell. You ever play Cyberpunk when you're a nomad, the intro, and they put you in the interrogation room? That's what this is gonna be like.
Kino trying to argue semantics with God. Like, excuse me, Your Holiness. Excuse me, but
So much urine.
I can't wait to rewatch this. Look at that. You can see the coke in his nose.
you can see it right there.
Right here, like
Get in my nose.
it was worse though. Remember when there was like the full line of powder?
Oh,
That's what you have to learn. When you're old, you don't pee more. When you drink whiskey, you pee a shitload. Oh my gosh. Woo.
Woo!
Look at him.
I
man.
remember this night when I watched this. I was like, whoa.
We're back. Sorry about that.
Oh man, like, buddy. Fuck, he was fucked.
Sorry about that. Here we go. Janine says, do you think if the Asians squinted less, they might stop hitting my mailbox?
Oh my god.
Are back.
Ooh. Whoa.
Whatever your perception is. Go get him, John.
God.
You betrayed everything you believe in. No, I didn't.
Look at
My Christian.
Yes, you did. Look at him. Holy buddy.
I thought he was
That's
talking to someone
insane.
else. But it was his chat talking to him.
Perspective is a little different than some other people's, is to treat them with love and dignity and kindness, to treat them with respect and courtesy. My family hates me. I can't get a job. I'm so mentally handicapped.
Dear John. That was Dear John.
I can't
this
do
all
anything.
applies to himself.
And my name is John. I want to die. I want to put a bullet in my mouth, but I can't afford a gun. Oh man, that's fucking embarrassing. Man, that is embarrassing. Is to treat them with love and dignity and kindness. A literal, goddamn, by definition, suicidal retard begged me to save you. Because your family wouldn't save you, because you were garbage. Because you couldn't save you, because you're garbage. Because you don't have any friends to save you, because you're garbage. To treat them with respect and courtesy.
Because David is a garbage human by pretty much any objective account. And all the Jews are like, God damn it!
Yeah, when it comes to David specifically, I don't think we can actually even imagine just how great a man David was.
He can't do that! He can't do that to us! Raise his interest rate!
But God was rude in that story. Has anybody thought about how rude God was to Noah? You're the one righteous man. Build a fucking boat. Otherwise, you're going to drown with the rest of them. Ha! Noah should have stuck his ground and challenged him on that. That's
What the
I
fuck is
swear to
going
God, it sounds like how like a 12-year-old tries to felt the Bible. I don't want to go to church, Mom. God's a mean. Like it's just like this cringe, like teenage fedora lord type criticism and joking about
Amazing
the Bible.
atheist?
You know what I mean? Like this is a pathetic fucking loser who doesn't believe at all, but had to pretend that he believed for years in order to satisfy his wife, who he never could truly satisfy. That's why the Baldo had to come into play. It's all just sad.
The amazing Rekietists?
what I would have done. I hate going to church. I don't care what church it is. On Easter and Christmas,
Wait, on like the main days?
Yeah. On the only days he actually goes, which are Easter and Christmas, he hates it. So he hates
Like, it's
going all the time.
probably my skin crawling from all of the late.
It's actually just like a total loser.
He's a
You know what I mean?
He's a bum.
It's seriously like a kid cry. I don't want to sit there for an hour. It's like an hour. You know, it's 2 hours, maybe like 3 hours max.
At least don't
If you're there for the
pretend.
whole- But it's the thing.
Don't
is he, like,
pretend. Just don't
pretended
talk
and
about God.
pretended.
The right wing
Shut up.
bullshit. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I
don't
don't want to
pretend.
sit there. It's boring. You're a grown ass man.
You know what I mean?
You get out of it what you put in.
This is the level of like demonic possession. I think this is like real world, like, you know.
Tony says he pre-games for church. No, he does.
He does.
He
church.
pre-games and then he goes off to the bathroom 6 times a service. What did you think he was powdering his nose? Well, he was, but
Yeah.
Satanism. I feel convicted here by Solomon. He just wrapped himself in hose. That's how he went to heaven, though.
Ooh.
We're not
Why- Well,
He
Jesus
did not like that.
That didn't
You're-
go over well.
No.
piece of shit compared to him. That guy's cool. Hung around with hookers, strippers. He's hanging out with the bad people. Like he's partying like crazy. Maybe I'm a heretic.
Well,
You think?
wow. That
You
was
think,
wild.
buddy?
That was actually
It
wild.
is. It actually is unhinged.